Woo! It's Cleetus and Cars Indy time! We are getting ready to do race car things. I loaded up the day before for a few reasons. I wanted to leave early to get down to the track, and I didn't want to disturb my neighbors who would probably like to sleep in. And there was also an activity in my neighborhood on the same day that was going to probably take up all the street parking. And I load up on the street because I don't have a whole lot of space in my driveway. I'm up bright and early and ready to go. I think it was about 7:30 when I pulled out of the driveway. It is 8:56. The gates are supposed to open at 9, and the parking lot it's filling up fast. I'm in line to go around to the pit area. Looking forward to this day. I don't know you personally, Colin, but if you're going to take the time to write your Instagram on your back window and I just happen to be behind you, I'm going to give you a free shout out. These guys deserve a shout out too, just because they put their YouTube channel name right on the side of the car. We have arrived. You know, I don't take for granted that the most historic drag strip in the world is just about an hour from my home, because I know that many of you dream of racing there or just being able to spectate there, you know, at an event, and you know, I just feel truly honored to have it in my backyard. As soon as I started unloading, someone parked next to me asked, "How much horsepower does it make?" I responded with, "It's slow." And later you'll see that same person take it personal almost that the car didn't go as fast as they thought it should. Last year's Cleetus and Cars was a test of my new lengthened trailer that was lengthened by 18 inches, and this year was a test of the new suspension as I had replaced all of it this spring. I still have a problem with clearance from my fold-down fender and the door contacting the tires, so I'm going to be doing some future revisions to the trailer, and I need to fix the fold-down fenders. I need to make them a little more durable, and all that will be in a future video or two. With the pit gate opening before the spectator gate, I was able to walk around the YouTuber area and check out the vehicles before the massive crowds rolled in. The old engine in the high-mileage Hellcat let go on Dr. Parker during one of his burnouts. The blower on this car sounds amazing. Alec was already busy chatting it up with someone on his radio. Now, I can't go to a car event and not get a shirt, and the Cleetus merchandise was already going out the door. There's Motion Raceworks' Andy Cook walking by the IROC Camaro that they are giving away from his brother Doug Cook's personal collection. Ty and Zach passed me, moving a drum of fuel. This conversation we had was funny.
I go get my truck, it's a ways away, but if you're giving it away, you know. Looking good, Sam. Good, how are you?
This would be Mullet's last event with LS Power, as they're switching to a Steve Morris big block Chevy. This Camaro needs a little introduction. If you're not familiar with Tom Bailey, you've been living under a rock for a few years, and this is also the very same car that pretty much launched Cleetus McFarland's career. Tom Bailey tried the Burnout competition for the first time, and although I didn't see it in person, I saw that he caught his tires on fire. One of the most likable guys on YouTube has to be Derek from Dragstrip Garage. There goes Freedom Factory Josh speeding by on a golf cart. This year, Cleetus decided to take the crownvic racing on the road, and the first race outside of the Freedom Factory is here at Indianapolis Raceway Park on the 5/8 mile oval, dubbed the Summit Racing Indy 800. And this year's winner was Brian Deegan, which is his second race in a row for the series. Mike Vargas had his usual two-step battle with Boosted Boy's Kyle, and you could hear it plain as day from even over in the pits where I was at. I caught Kyle and Tom deep in conversation as I walked by. I've actually ridden in a Pacer as a child back in the 1980s. My grandpa bought one for my aunts to drive when they were high schoolers. On their way down from Michigan, the side-by-side blog guys, their trailer tipped and damaged all of their side-by-sides, but they still made the event, which is pretty cool. Their 2JZ powered side-by-side flat rips. Oh my goodness, check out that lunch crowd. Something like this can make me want to start watching NASCAR again. I didn't catch it, but they did run this military truck down the strip. This was one clean little LS swapped pickup truck. If I could own any Japanese vehicle I wanted, it would definitely be a Nissan GTR, and the license plate cracked me up. This Mustang was the runner-up in the streetcar shootout. Just your average mail truck with a supercharged LS motor in it. Whatever you do, don't feed it after midnight. For the second year in a row, the Dalebird and my Firebird were the only two Firebirds at Cleetus Cars Indy, and coincidentally they were both 4th gens. If you look closely at the McWilliams Motorsports Burnout car on the windshield, they are sporting one of my Hot Wheels Firebird decals. 1985 Ford truck actually goes backwards. It is hysterical seeing it cruising the pits. And I read somewhere online that the owner had been pulled over like 22 times. I was really surprised by the amount of plastic that covers everything under the hood of the new Supras. You need to check out their YouTube channel. They have videos of this car in action and just flat out ramming other vehicles. I really liked the paint job on this Fox Body Mustang. It was a very clean car. This pickup looks really sharp with drag radials on all 4 corners. This happens to be my oldest camera. It's a Hero 2, and it shut off shortly after I turned it on. I didn't even get out of the staging lanes and it shut off, so I didn't get very much footage from it, unfortunately. I went through tech earlier this morning with no problems whatsoever. I am running the fun runs, test and tune. I'm not competing in any class or anything, just here to have a good time. And I got in the staging lanes as soon as they announced they were open at 11:30 because the track went hot at noon, and I knew that there was rain forecasted for the afternoon, and I wanted to get at least one pass in, and that's what I ended up doing. I got one pass in. The Supra owner got heckled with a "Is that a Supra?" shout by a car driving by the track. They said it happens all the time. It was a hot and humid 83 degrees out when I made my pass down the drag strip. Not only is this my first trip down the track in 2022. This is also the first time I've got to try out my new neck brace. With the audio video sped up here, you can't hear what I said, but I'm cussing at the people that are just walking right across in front of an active drag strip. These bleachers were rather full by day's end. The same could be said for this side as well, as this was the side that the Burnout pad is on, so they might have been even fuller. Something that I hadn't considered, and I know that now that I think about it, they do this on the street legal night. Street-tired cars run down the track. They put a cone out to block the groove that the slick and radial tire cars will use, because the street tire will pull up the rubber. And they did a really good job of prepping. I heard them while I was unloading the car. I could hear them dragging the track, and they did a nice job for the shootout contestants. So I understand that. So I ended up getting as close as I could to that cone. So I, was as close to the groove as I could get, and it still launched just fine. I didn't break traction at all, so that was good. I don't know why, but I had the feeling that I was going to get double bulbed and not have time to spool my car up, even though it does spool up very fast. So I lit the pre-stage beam and started to come up on the two-step, and then as you hear, I let back off because my opponent there in the left lane was being very careful in his staging process. So once he pre-staged, I went ahead and brought it up on the two-step and then fully staged. And then he staged, and we're both staged, and the tree's not coming down, and I'm like, what's going on here? Because, I am on the two-step. So I peek over, and I see the starter motion me to wait, so I let back off again. And then I spooled it back up when he said it was okay, and then off we went. This lady has handed out time slips as far as I can remember since I started racing here over 20 years ago. She always has a smile on her face, and I never forget to thank her for my time slip, no matter the results printed on it.
Thank you very much.
I forgot to turn my draggy on, so I don't have that data, but here is a copy of my time slip. IRP poured a new burnout pad specifically for Cleetus Cars, adjacent to the drag strip on the west side. There was a young man in the grandstands that gave me the shaka sign, or more commonly known as hang loose sign, as I drove by.
How'd it run? 1190. That's the first time I've been in the 11s.
Yeah, congrats, man.
It ain't the fastest, but I'm having fun, so hey. They kind of
It ain't always about going fast.
burned me down up there.
Did they double ball you?
Well, I waited for him to get this to step. I got my helmet on. I apologize.
Man. I understand how it is.
I waited for him to fully stage, and then I, bumped in and got up on the two-step. And then they stopped us or something, so I had to do it again. It's like, ah.
Sure, man.
So I'm glad it ran that well.
Yeah, that's good. What's the setup on?
It's a 4.8 LS with a 76 millimeter turbo in it. So
What trans?
turbo 400.
Trans brake?
Yes.
Awesome, man.
Trans brake and two-step. So I leave at 3200.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, man, it's a cool setup.
So.
I'm building about the same thing. I'm building a Colorado with a 5.3
You're,
in a 78.
we were talking earlier, and he was telling me that you got a bad tool converter right out of the box, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what he had, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got beat up pretty good.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. It happens, I guess. Best weight loss program out there, sitting in the car.
What's that?
I said best weight loss program out there, sitting in the stand.
Yeah, it's hot today. I raced last year. I had a 5th-gen Camaro. I sold it and started another project, so this year I get to just enjoy it, I guess. I can clean it and snow.
Oh, goodness.
You've been busy in here. You've been busy as hell in here. It's all tidy and clean. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. It's got a good setup in there. Yeah, man, you've been busy in there.
Yeah.
Got it all tidy and everything.
That's first two, actually. The first motor I bought a used 4.8, and I blew it up a couple years ago. I had the turbo down in front of the crank, and it wasn't draining right, so I had to stab the front on it. There was a lot of extra crap I didn't need, so when I blew it up, I moved it up higher.
drain naturally.
I may be off camera, but I'm still talking about the car. I want to be clear that the camera that you're viewing, it was not hidden or disguised in any way. I had it sitting on a magnetic clamp in the corner of the engine bay, and you know anyone should have been able to see it. So I don't feel bad recording people as they walked up. So when people don't know they're being recorded, it's very interesting to hear what they might say. And this conversation that you're about to listen to discusses the thing that's like beating a dead horse. I've heard it so many times. It's a tired comment. Oh, you need to go faster. Your car can go faster. Blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what? I really don't care what anyone thinks. I'm having fun. Yeah, sure, everyone wants to go faster, but I'm having a good time, and it's within my budget, and I'm not tearing anything up, so, just don't worry about it. But let's listen in here to see what they had to say.
I figure, looking at this setup you've got, you can definitely run faster than that. Oh, for sure. I was saying this 6mm turbo, you think you can get the fucking faster than that. Instead of it's not smooth there. That's probably why. What's up, man? I was just checking her out. 11.9? Right on. The cam, one thing I checked is stock is what cam I like the pop up.
You want me to shut that so you can get a picture?
No, I want to fix the engine.
Oh, okay. You want me to get out of your way then?
Oh, that's great. I got it. It's okay.
Okay.
My dad had a Trans Am. Yeah. I really like the Burnout.
I hate them so much I got 2 of them.
Well, since you're still watching at this point in the video, that must mean you like my videos, and that you know, as well as I know, that right in the intro it says, "Home to slow Firebirds." One thing that I quickly found out about the Cleetus Cars event last year was the atmosphere and the people. Everyone is just so happy to be there, and good moods, and getting along, and talking, and having fun. And my friendly pit neighbors here were a great bunch of people, and I really enjoyed spending the day talking with them. I think this person combined a little work and play. One look at the sky and you can see what's rolling in. The track even asked folks to vacate the grandstands while the storm passed by and actually go to their cars and wait it out. The rain didn't seem to dampen any of our spirits. Last year I was super bummed when I got home and saw some photos of the Purple Rain car hauler at Cleetus Cars, and it was at the spectator entrance, and since I came through the back way, the pit entrance, to participate in the fun runs, I didn't end up walking all the way up to the spectator entrance, and I missed him, and I would have loved to have seen it. So I was super happy to see they parked all three of the rigs that hauled the cars in. They parked them in the pit area this year, so I was able to walk around and get some good looks. You might recognize Ralphie from a Cleetus video or two, and there he is polishing on an already immaculate semi. All the marker lights on Purple Rain can even be switched to purple, as you can see here. While the crowds flocked to the stands for the Burnout competition, I loaded up the car and made my way home and drove through a lot of rain on the way home. But all in all, it was still a very fun day, and I can't wait to do it again next year. About a mile from the track.
John? Are you home?
I wanted to take a second and mention the passing of Dave McClellan, a longtime NHRA announcer and a voice that I grew up with watching on TV and at IRP during the U.S. Nationals. He would commentate on the Pro Stock class. Sad to say goodbye, but he lived a life well. All YouTube and Instagram accounts shown were accurate at the time of this video release. Any inaccuracies were purely unintentional.